Yo, what is up guys, ElbowSkinn here. Welcome back to a Q&A video. I pulled up 50 questions. There's 50 questions that you probably have never been asked, and I'm going to answer all of them. I hope. Alright, so we're just going to get right into it. If you guys want to see more Q&As, feel free to provide your own questions or give me links to other questions, and I will totally do that. Question number 1, what's your favorite candle scent? So I actually have a pretty interesting story about this. I'm probably going to ramble on most of these questions. This might be a longer video. So this summer I went to Cornucopia Days in Kent for one day with my friend. And we were looking at, it's kind of like a farmer's market for those who don't know, or who don't live in the area. And there was... I was looking at scented candles, because I love scented candles, actually. I don't really use them that much, but they smell good. I love good smells. And there was this cookie dough smelling one. That just, oh. It was fantastic. I almost bought it, but I didn't find a use for it, and it was summer, and I didn't really feel like having a candle. So yeah, I would say that cookie dough one is, yeah. What female celebrity do you wish was your sister? This is actually a pretty difficult choice for me, but I think I would have to say Jennifer Lawrence. She seems really, really cool, and she seems like a badass. Like Katniss Everdeen style, stuff like that, and she just seems very charismatic and very funny. And I feel like she would be a fun sister to have, just to have hijinks with and mess with our parents. And on the contrary, number 3, what male celebrity do you wish was your brother? This is a very easy one. I love to party. I don't know if you know that about me. I just love having fun. So hands down, it will be Rob Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski is just a guy who just seems to love to have fun. And just having a day with him, let alone a whole lifetime as his brother, would be amazing. Number 4, how old do you think you'll be when you get married? That's a tough question. I've been kind of dating on and off. I haven't dated anyone in a while, to be honest with you. But I could see myself being married at around probably my later 20s, just because I want to focus on my studies. So I'd say probably 27 to 28 years old, somewhere around there. Number 5, do you know a hoarder? I don't believe I know a hoarder. Yeah, I don't know anybody that hoards stuff. I don't really know anybody like that. Number 6, can you do a split? Absolutely cannot do a split. I've tried on many an occasion only to have my man parts be in vain. Yeah. Number 7, how old were you when you learned how to ride a bike? So in terms of training wheels, I learned pretty early. I could ride a bike with training wheels at 4, but in terms of not training wheels, like actually riding a bicycle, I would say probably 11 or 12. Most of my friends were either so close to me as a child, were either so close to me that I could walk there, or too far away to ride my bike, so I would need someone to drive me. And as a result, I didn't really need to learn to ride a bike until I did it while I was camping with my parents. So yeah, I would say probably 11 to 12. How many oceans have you swam in? I believe the only ocean I've swam in is the Pacific, and that was when I went to the Great Barrier Reef a long time ago, like 10 years ago. Maybe a little less than that. Maybe like 9 years ago. But yeah, Great Barrier Reef in the Pacific Ocean. I think it's in the Pacific Ocean. I could totally be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's in the Pacific Ocean. Number 9. Oh, that segues into this. How many countries have I been to? Let's count. USA, Canada, Mexico, Italy, Germany, Australia. I've been to 6 countries. I really want to go to South America before I die. That is definitely a bucket list item for me, and that would be really cool. 10. Is anyone in my family in the Army? Yes, actually. My cousin my cousin is in the Army. And both my dad and my grandfather did Air Force. 11. What would you name your daughter if you had one? That's a tough question. That's something I never really thought about. Ooh. I honestly can't tell you with that. I honestly can't tell. What would you name your son if you had one? That one I can answer. Definitely Tyrone. Tyrone is a cool name. I would love to name my child Tyrone. In my psychology class in senior year, we had to have flower babies. Named mine Tyrone. It was great. It's the worst grade you got on a test. The worst grade I got on a test was probably, not counting curves, in high school, my senior year in a physics class. I'm pretty sure I got like a 40% or maybe like a 35%. I did bad in that class. What was my favorite TV show when I was a child? Every day before I took my nap when I was a young child, I would watch Little Bill. Little Bill was my shiz. That show was the greatest show of all time to me. What did I dress up as on Halloween when I was 8? I can't say that with any certainty, but it was probably either Buzz Lightyear or Racer X. Those are the only two from my childhood that I can remember dressing up for. But yeah, it's probably one of those two. 16. Have you read any of the Harry Potter, Hunger Games, or Twilight series? I have read Harry Potter and Hunger Games. I have not read Twilight. It is on my list, and I have seen the movies. But yeah, no, Harry Potter and Hunger Games are both really good. Would you rather have an American accent or a British accent? I couldn't imagine myself with British accents. I think British accents are sexy, but I could not imagine myself with one, so I would have to say American. Did my mother go to college? Yes. Are my grandparents still married? Yes. Number 20, have I ever taken karate lessons? I have not taken karate lessons, in fact. I know plenty of people that have taken karate lessons, but I myself have not taken a karate lesson. 21, do you know who Kermit the Frog is? That is a stupid question. Obviously I do. The Muppets were great. 22, what's the first amusement park you've been to? I don't remember if I went to Disneyland before I went to Wild Ways. I would have to say probably Disneyland, though. I don't think my parents ever took me to Wild Waves before I went to Disneyland. 23. What language besides your own would you like to be fluent in? I would like to be fluent probably in Portuguese. Like I said, I've always had an aspiration to go down to like Brazil or Argentina. And I feel like it'd be cool to be able to speak Portuguese and go down there. It's probably Portuguese. 24. How do you spell the color gray? I spell gray Gray. I get that there's different spellings. I'm not really a stickler. 25. Is your father bald? No, he is not. My father has a set of hair. 26. Do you know triplets? I, in fact, do not know any triplets. I know plenty of twins, but no triplets. 27. Do you prefer Titanic or The Notebook? Absolutely Titanic. My favorite male actor of all time is Leonardo DiCaprio, and he was such a heartthrob in that, and it was a great movie. it really kind of encapsulated the emotion that was being felt when that event happened. 28. Have I ever had Indian food? Pretty straightforward. Yes, I've had it on many occasions. Curry is very tasty, especially with naan. 29. What's the name of your favorite restaurant? The name of my favorite restaurant, it is a steakhouse in Federal Way, Washington, called Jimmy Mac's. I think there might be a few of them. But they serve great steak, and they have these rolls that are just, they're probably not very good for you, but they just taste so good. 30. Have you ever been to Olive Garden? Yes. On a couple times on my birthday, I went to Olive Garden. I'm a pretty big fan of Italian food. 31. Do you belong to any warehouse stores? I do not have a membership to any warehouse stores. No. 32. What would your parents have named you if you were the opposite gender? I don't know. I never actually asked them that. Probably something along the lines of Abby, maybe, but I'm not 100% sure. 33. What is your nickname? My nickname is J-Pup. 34. Who's your favorite person in the world? Favorite person in the world? I know that people are going to be like, wow, grown, OMG, but my favorite person in the world is probably God. I can't really decide. I'm going to cop out and say God because he is number one, and mainly because I can't decide between any of the members of my family or anybody in my life. That'd be unfair. 34. Would you rather live in a rural area or in the suburbs? I'm actually not. I'd actually, probably rural, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of big cities. 36. Can you whistle? Yes. 37. Do you sleep with a nightlight? I used to until I was probably about 9 or 10. And then I stopped. I was absolutely afraid of the dark. 38. Do you eat breakfast every morning? I try. If I oversleep and have to go to class really soon, sometimes breakfast falls by the wayside. But if I'm in control and I wake up in time for it, I will have breakfast every morning. 39. Do you take any pills or medication every day? No, but when I was younger, I would take calcium supplements every day. And I think omega-3, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But I definitely took calcium supplements. I took 2 vitamins. I don't remember what the other one was. They might have both been calcium. 40. What medical conditions do you have? The only real medical condition that I have is sports-related asthma, where just if I do a lot of physical exercise, I will have shortness of breath, but it's not really severe. So I wouldn't consider that a medical condition. 41. How many times have you been to the hospital? The answer, I believe, is only one. And that was when I was born. I've never broken any bones. I've been to clinics before. I went to the clinic just the other day because I had a shoulder issue, but it wasn't serious enough that I went to the hospital for it. 42. Have you ever seen Finding Nemo? Yes. I actually have not seen Finding Dory, though. That's on the list, though. 43. Where do you buy your jeans? I buy my jeans at American Eagle. I think every pair of jeans I own is from there. They fit me really well, and then I lost weight, and then I got a different waist size, and I love it. It's really good. 44. What is the last compliment you received? The last compliment I received is actually from my professor saying, "Good job, you did really well on the quiz." But I don't receive a whole lot of compliments. I don't know. I guess that may be sad. But yeah. 45. Do you usually remember your dreams in the morning? Yes, I do. I don't think I've ever had a dream that I can't remember. Because then I wouldn't know that I had a dream, I guess? I don't know. 46. What flavor tea do you enjoy? I am not a big tea guy. I don't really drink hot tea. The only tea I would drink is iced tea, especially if it's in an Arnold Palmer. Arnold Palmer, I drink way more of those than I should. 47. How many pairs of shoes do I own? Dress shoes. White tennis shoes. Black tennis shoes. Soccer slides. Slippers. Water shoes. I think 7 pairs of shoes, but only 4 of them are really shoes, if you catch my drift. 48. What religion will you raise your children to practice? Obviously, Christianity. I said at the end of my video, love God, love each other. I live it. 49. How old were you when you found out that Santa was not real? Found out that Santa was not real really late, actually. I was a really gullible child. I would say probably around 11 or 12. Probably right before teenage years. Maybe 10. 10, 11, or 12, somewhere in there. My parents sat me down, told me Santa wasn't real. Took it like a champ. I had a feeling in my stomach, but wasn't 100% sure. And last but not least, do you have a Tumblr? The answer to that is actually no. I have been on Tumblr, but I don't myself have a Tumblr. I just don't see the need. I'm not a huge social media guy outside of Facebook and Twitter. But yeah, that is all the questions we have for this Q&A. Maybe I'll do another one of these in the future. This actually turned out pretty well. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe for more content. I'll put Twitter links in the description. Don't forget to love God, love each other, and I'll see you guys, as always, in the next video. Bye, guys.